Welcome to Finding My Way.
I'm really kind of just trying to do this to probably as a way of me dealing with all this stuff that I have to go through, you know, with micro focus and all that kind of stuff. So if you like it, if you want to see more, if you want to see a hobby you think I haven't done yet, let us know in the comments or whatever. If you even watch it, feel free to subscribe if you see it, if you like it. If not, tell me you don't like it. That's cool too.
So this morning I'm off to work. I work at a cafe not far from where I live in North Queensland, which brings me to the first of my foray into my hobbies. So I do love a coffee.
It is this point right here I would like to raise that I did not just pick my nose. I watched it back about 6 times and I distinctly remember it in the car that it wasn't a pick. As Jerry Seinfeld said, it was on the outside. Just thought I'd clear that up.
A while ago, actually probably about 12 months ago, because I did get a coffee machine from my wife for Christmas last year. There was a period where there was a few reasons I got into coffee, inverted commas. I do have this desire to run a business, and given what my wife goes through with her business, I'm not quite sure why I do. I do love coffee, I do love making coffee, and that's the reason I got into it. But as I saw on this podcast a while ago, I don't listen to coffee podcasts, it just came up in my reel. This guy went on to say that the reason people get into coffee because they love making coffee and tasting it and all that kind of stuff, right? But that's 20% of what it is. The rest of it, the 80%, is dealing with people. I'm much more of a people person than my wife, but it's that 80% that some days I just can't deal with. And that's the 80% that probably pushes me away from it as far as doing it as a business. I am driving to work right now, which is probably not ideal. But yeah, so my coffee foray. I about 12 months ago, pardon me, I was heavily into coffee. I worked at a different cafe just for shits and giggles, and I was only doing it one day a week to kind of get back into it. I had my barista ticket for quite a number of years.
How I got the story.
So I got back into it and was really I thoroughly enjoy standing there and making the shots, making sure the timing's right and the weight's right and the flavour profile's right. It's the dealing with the shitty customers and the rude customers, and it kind of opened my eyes up to a whole new light of what people in the hospitality industry deal with. Before I started that job, I hadn't worked in the hospitality industry before. I was working a health and safety job at the time. That starts me on another attempt or hobby. Not really a hobby, but it was definitely an attempt. We'll go into that one another time.
Did I really just freeze for that long? I didn't move an inch. I'm pretty impressed with that, actually. That's very unlike me. Anyway.
Yeah, so when I started working there, that was actually when I stopped drinking coffee at home. I was drinking a shitload of coffee at work at that point. And since...
have already made the decision to put all of my arms into a video. You probably don't see them because I cut them out, but I've probably cut about 20 of them out so far in one video. That's coming.
I got my grinder for Christmas, then I started working at the cafe in about...
No, I did say grinder. I meant machine, coffee machine. This is the stuff that goes in my head and just comes out of my mouth. But it doesn't really go through my head. No filter sometimes. This is me.
April this year, that was when I stopped drinking coffee at home. I even did like an advent calendar that was coffee beans, so a bean vent calendar as it's called, the brand. If I figure out how to tag people in videos, I'll tag those guys if they've got a YouTube channel. And I did that. I recorded the doses, the timing, the grind. It was like I was just all over it. And then I started working in a cafe. And since then, probably May this year, I have probably used my coffee machine about 4 times. And I think some of that was out of necessity to make sure the parts in it don't seize up and die. I can't remember the last time I bought good beans. I've still got beans in a jar at home. If I tasted it, I'd probably want to throw it at myself for making it. I do have a breville barista express, I think it's called. There you go, I can't remember the name of it. Looks pretty good. My wife got me the one that looked nicest, so it didn't look terrible on the bench, and then it's just kind of continued to sit there for the past few months. So here I am at work. Insert something about liking and following, subscribing. I really need to learn how to do this. Catch you guys later.